Party tits, da-da-da, party tits, da-da-da-da-da, the party tits, party tits. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen of the internet. This is the Party Tits Sci-Fi show, and I'm your host, Chewbacca, off of the Star Wars films that all the kids love. How are you doing? Are you good? Actually, I can't. So I also have to.
Didn't know Chewbacca wore glasses.
Well, no. So I mean, I'm not Chewbacca in the films. This is Chewbacca, the actor, who was in the films, and this is just me chilling out with my glasses. Okay, it's only me, everybody. It's me. It's Ben. Hello. It's Ben Tit. We've decided to call each other that, our name and then Tit. You know the way the Spice Girls had Posh Spice, so it's Ben Tit. And whom are the other tits with me? Well, just below me is Ailish Tit. Should it be name then Tit, or Tit then name? Should it be Tit Ailish or Ailish Tit?
I think Ailish is fine.
Ailish. Daughter of a Russian oligarch or something like that. And with me, Tit Keego Tit. Here he is. Wait a minute, down here. It's Keego. Hello. Now you're ironically sci-fi party. Your technology is having a bit of a mare.
Yeah, I don't even know if anyone can hear me, but I'll just talk aimlessly into a crowded room, much like my teenage years. Hope everyone is well. If you can't hear me, your life is much better.
It sounds like like phone-in shows from like the 90s. Like we're about to do a quiz with little Daryl, aged 12 from Middlesex, to see if he could win a PlayStation. That's what it sounds like.
Yeah, this hostage video thing is really starting to kick in with the bad phone line. You know, I just need today's paper. You know, that's all I need.
Yeah.
And no one will send money.
And we have a special guest for our sci-fi party, and he has put in some effort. Jack McKenna of Rascal Comedy. Welcome.
Well, I'm back in my childhood room, so I'm full of here. I got all my toys, that I grew up with. It's a action figure of Keego.
Talk us through firstly, talk us through how you got an action figure of Keego before we talk through your actual costume.
Yeah, look at this. It looks like Keego, like when he's a wrestler. They used to do these when he was fighting.
Yeah.
So, it's Kratos from God of War, and they just happen to look the same.
I mean, we've been talking about the idea of merch. You can just buy somebody else's merch and sell. We don't have to make anything. We can just get a bunch of Keego-looking stuff. I mean, that's what's going to sell. Sorry, Ailish. I don't think you or I are shifting any units. So.
Nah, it's all good. We know which one is the nicer looking tit. So.
We've all shifted a few units in our time, Ben. Don't worry about it.
But Jack, walk us through your costume. You have gone to town.
Yes, I've got the 11th Doctor costume. Shows I am actually a pretty big nerd. I don't know if you noticed. So we got the bow tie, or tweed jacket, got the sonic screwdriver. He used to always scan the room and then do that.
Like, I'm so impressed. I'm one of those lazy people. I'm so lazy. I have like a jumper that comes across like this, and I made this from paper. So I'm Star Trek.
Looks good.
But like, it's that person who comes to the party going, you did fuck all effort, and somehow you still are on theme. But you actually put in the effort. So yes.
I know. I was always a bit like over the top at costume parties. Like there'd be one lad who'd literally, like yourself, Ailish, just I'm a serial killer, have like a Cocoa box on him. He'd be like, yeah.
Talk us. Who's your guy behind you? Tell us about him.
This is a Dalek. Dalek is the English call it.
Dalek.
Us Irish, we don't have the all vowel, so we go Dalek. Fucking Daleks. They're like the villains. They're like computers, but there's like an octopus inside it, and he's like controlling it. And
I know,
exterminate.
I am very well aware. I'm going to use now as a plug, because if you like Doctor Who, I'm your guy. Jack's your guy, but I'm also your guy because I have a podcast, which is like 110 episodes we've got out so far about Doctor Who. It's called On the Time Lash with me and my friend Mark.
Ooh.
Get it wherever you get podcasts. If Doctor Who's your thing, if that's up your Strasser, then maybe On the Time Lash is for you. So
That looks like anybody after a night out, just like, you know, they're just hugging, cuddling their 10th pint, and their face is just like destroyed after a night out, and they're just like, just show me a McDonald's and send me home. That's what that looks like.
That's
Do we all remember going out?
Where your face goes numb? You're like,
this is a 3 a.m. guy, and he doesn't know where he's got that pint from. Just it happened. I don't know if it was somebody else's or somebody got it for him, but this is like, I'm fine. I'm absolutely fine.
It's your last one of the night. Does anyone else remember nights out?
It's with friends, but to be honest, we don't necessarily need nights out because this is also a place for friends. Cue our great mate Neil O'Dwyer.
And look at the picture as well.
Look at that picture.
Good man. My profile pic is on theme time. Yes, it sure is. Thanks for pulling out all the stops. Jesus, I went with the wrong franchise.
Next week, Neil, it's going to be a stripper show, so prepare your profile picture accordingly.
That was last week.
We should say, Jack, this isn't your first time on the show, Jack. You were in fact Ailish's IRA stripper in her hen night show last week.
It's not my first time dressing up for this show.
This place about to blow.
And I love the comments Ailish made. Like, how many cardigans does that guy have? Look at all this knitwear. Is our cardigan sexy?
Only if they're the Aran Ireland ones and the Aran Island ones. I don't fucking know the name of them.
if you're not itching, then it's not. If you're not itching under a cardigan, it's not sexy. That's my ma used to say that to me.
Okay. I feel like if anybody wants to donate to our Ko-Fi, then all the money will go to the psychological help that I think Keego might need to explore after his needs. I'm talking about what or what not to wear, which is sexy as a child. So, talking to Keego, talking about things to wear, costume. Oh, he's away. There he is. He's back. No. What are you in? What's your costume, mate?
Well, I'm going to slip into something at some point this evening. Right now, I'm dressed as Jean-Luc Picard before he got a job in Starfleet Academy.
Nice.
So it's kind of in the college years. He's been kept back a few years, so he's repeating his leaving cert, and he's also grown a beard. So this is just pre-Starfleet at the moment, but I may be slipping into something a little less comfortable later on.
Okay.
Mature, yeah. Sorry, go ahead, Ben.
I think that just trumps Ailish in terms of effort. You didn't cut anything out of paper, but you came up with a fairly elaborate backstory. And as a Star Trek fan, I see what you're doing.
Wait, hang on. What have I got? Yeah, no. Yeah,
I don't even know what I'm wearing. What am I wearing?
It's like, how many pits are going to come out tonight? That is the question. That is the question.
There was that moment on the work call earlier on where you're going, oh, should I get them out now or later? So
every day.
Yeah. Did you do your work today? Well, did I? What? No.
Wambamba.
I love that Wambamba.
Yeah, that's good on there. I'm not really sure what this comment is in relation to, but it's worth putting it up. Neil, stop thinking about me naked in the shower.
Don't tell him.
How can you read my mind?
Yeah, how is this happening?
Yeah.
Like, try not to think of a purple elephant. Oh no, I'm thinking of a purple elephant right now.
I can't stop thinking about it now that you brought it up.
I feel there's a bit of like reverse psychology there. Stop thinking about it. That's exactly what you want.
So, Sci-Fi Party. That's the party tits party for tonight, guys. If you're excited, if you like sci-fi, what all these guys are doing, what all these comment.
Nanu.
Tell us about your favorite shows. Tell us about your favorite characters, your favorite movies.
Yeah.
Drinks though. What are we all having a drink of? I'll start with mine. I've repurposed my straw from last time so that it looks like an alien's finger. So
wow, that's really good, mate.
Because it was the cock straw from Ailish's hen, but I'm just went, it's an alien finger. So
can we put the copy link up again? Because we obviously need it.
It's the alien finger from Scary Movie 3. Do you remember the aliens piss? They're like, if you think that's weird, you should see how we pee.
This is why we asked you on the show, mate. This is exactly why you're here.
Yeah. Who knows? Who watches a lot of films? Oh,
well, Jack, have you got a themed drink for the Sci-Fi show?
Well, I do love Prosecco, so I thought I'd treat myself. It's not every day. Actually, if anything, it matches the outfit. It's not every day you come on partying with the tits. So, and also top as well.
Sounds so highbrow when you say it like that. It's really
lovely. If you could come on, if you could travel back in time, you'd be like, "Oh, I had a great time with the tits. We drank so much."
Damn right.
Lovely. Yes.
You can't say anything there. Hello, and then I kicked a puppy in the face, and you go, "Oh, that's fantastic."
But don't worry, he was working class, so it was fine.
I mean, I think if we ever do get our finger out and do merchandise, Keego, you're always talking about having phrases on T-shirts. I had a great time with the tits. Is definitely one.
Oh yeah, and Wabamba.
Wabamba. I had a great time with the tits.
Wabamba.
You could get on TikTok.
Yes.
Oh, the party started now.
Ailish, what absolutely on-brand, ridiculous concoction have you got for the party this evening?
I'm drinking a Schlur, so it's a non-alcoholic white grape beverage. Because you're right, I told loads of friends that you on the show just go, it's never a fucking G&T with you. It's always, like
a whiskey and toilet duck.
Yeah, it's always like fucking Domestos with Smithwick's and a little mash of a lemon, and then you have it and you drink it and you're happy. So but that's what I'm drinking. I'm drinking non-alcoholic Schlur.
Ailish likes to experiment. I'd love to be in the kitchen with you, but you're like...
That's another phrase that's going to be on a T-shirt.
No, straight as a fucking pencil. Like...
I meant instead of like in the kitchen. You'd be like, I think this needs more cinnamon. And they'd be like, oh, fuck's sake. This cornflakes needs a bit of pepper.
What is she like? Yeah. Keego, what are you drinking?
Well, to try and keep on brand, I have walked into the holodeck and into my favorite boozer to get my 14th favorite drink, which is an accidental quintuple gin and tonic.
Nice.
I got distracted while making it. And so while I was in the holodeck, Dr. Crusher came in and gave me an oral examination with her eyes, and I got distracted. So that's what it is. It's a gin and tonic in a plastic glass. Cheers to your health.
Shake.
Cheers, everybody.
Yeah.
Take me to your list.
So, you can tell I'm at home. I have the nice glass.
Would you look at this? Who are you trying to impress?
Only parents have glasses like this in their drawer that they probably got as a wedding present. And then when you move out, this is your fucking option to drink from.
Really, you just got a couple of plastic straws to make a really long straw, and then you just drink it out of the bottle, and that's your house.
Like an adult, yes.
Or you don't want to use the good cutlery. You're like, yeah, use the good cutlery. It's for visitors. I just use the straw.
If you look at each of our screens, it looks like we've invested in green screen, but not the same team. Like Ayla looks like she's in a CIA bunker with a load of files about the JFK assassination.
Or the library.
Ben is in Abu Ghraib there. Jack, there's a bit of everything going on there. And yeah, this is Hostage 101. This is it. The creepy curtains and the shadow.
Dark.
Keego, you always look like you've broken into a neighbor's house to do a show. I mean,
I think the hoodie doesn't help either.
It's to steal the Wi-Fi, you know what I mean? It's
Wi-Fi's not cheap. It's not cheap,
I'm
ladies and
doing
gentlemen.
me comedy.
Yeah.
Neighbor, I'm doing me comedy here. She's like,
I've had to sellotape the whole family. Yeah, I have to sellotape the whole family downstairs.
Yeah.
Like it's their own fault for having their password as BIGBOOBS1. That's just a stupid password.
1ES.
when I used to live in London for a bit, and I changed the router name of my internet to "I'm watching you," just because I wanted to see what it was like when people would. So I did that, and then I'd change. Sometimes I would be out and use my phone as a hub, and I changed the phone to "I'm watching you," and I loved every now and again just like turning it on. And then just clocking sometimes people looking suddenly around them like, is someone watching me? As they sat down in the cafe as well.
And you were.
And I was.
Yeah.
From a tree outside, it wasn't the router. It was you were in the room.
Yeah.
I was in a cafe, and they have Wi-Fi for people in the cafe, and their password was "We are not telling you." So hey, what's your password? We are not telling you.
We're not telling
you. And that just is genius. I just thought it was absolute genius.
That is good. No, we're not telling you.
Sci-Fi party. Let's find out where everybody is. Like how much? Where are we in terms of fandom? Jack, I don't really need to ask you. You have shown up to this party.
I enjoy the occasional space flick.
You keep your private life to yourself.
Absolutely, yeah. I try to bring it into maybe even the bedroom. I think I'm so much of a nerd. I quote like these things all the time, and my girlfriend just laughs because she thinks they're funny, but she doesn't know what's going on. Like Bane, and going, extremely painful, and she's like, "What are you?
What are you doing?"
It's all a mess. Why? Why did I pick you? Yeah, she's gone now.
Ailish, where you've done lip service to Star Trek. Is this party? If you didn't contractually have to be here for this, are you showing up to a sci-fi party? What's your background? What do you like?
I'm just happy to be here. The one that dies first. That's me.
Are you a red
sci-fi?
Shirt?
Yeah.
Yeah,
But I guess I'm the person that questions the reality of shows. So there'll be it'll be an epic battle in Star Wars. It's not the same, but there'll be an epic battle in Star Wars, and I would be like, oh my God, he would not make that jump. And I was like, yeah, Ailish, that's the fucking part we're questioning. He will not make that 2-meter jump, whereas he is in a ship in a galaxy far away, and he's talking to the thing that looks like his testicle, and he wouldn't make the 2-meter jump. You're dead fucking right. You're dead right. So I kind of come at it from fresh eyes, and I just go, no. You see, he would be too warm standing there. He would be melting. Why is he not sweating? That's my input of the sci-fi universe.
Okay, so I mean, you do sound like you have the analytical annoyance ability of a geek, but without any buying into the universe of the mythology.
Without any direction.
Yeah, you don't care. You don't care.
No. But I don't do that thing of, when you put on a movie and you're like, do you know who I met at the shop today? And I hadn't seen them in a while. It wasn't Mary, it was actually the other woman whose name I can't think of. I don't do that during films, and I hate it when you're trying to get the plot. I could watch Star Wars 2, jump in and go, okay, what's going on? Okay. And then I'm blissfully happy to watch it. And
good to know.
I like how you thought the sequel to Star Wars was Star Wars 2.
Wars 2.
There you go.
Star Wars: The Empire Strikes Back, Episode 5, please. Ailish,
there you go. There you fucking go.
God bless you. God bless you. It's like we brought somebody's little sister to.
I've got my lightsaber here.
He's got so many props.
Man, I know. We're just lucky I'm in the childhood room.
Why's Doctor Who got a lightsaber from Star Wars? This is hurting my head.
Absolutely. This is not canon. Yeah. Got this when I was like 10 years old.
Keego, what fan thing are you flying the flag over the party?
Okay, let's try this.
Space, the final frontier.
That's all I have to say. I'm not geeky about a lot of things, but I'm very specifically geeky, and Star Trek: The Next Generation is my thing, mostly because I'm going to marry Dr. Crusher and Counselor Troy. Counselor Troy knows this because, as we all know, she can read minds. So Savage Arts as well. But she knew I was going to say that. But yeah, no, it's that I'm very, very geeky about that. I think it was mostly because it was on during dinner time. And so if you bring anything into my cerebellum during dinner time, I'm interested.
Yep.
And the home and away fan then.
I feel like there's gonna be a quiz and I'm gonna come last again.
Wait, was that why you were so up on what the Angelus is like, Keego? Because it's on at tea time, so you're number one fan of that.
Oh, I love an All Angelus. The rhythm method, as it's known, yeah.
So it's Star Trek: The Next Generation. Just that, not Star Trek in general, specifically the 7 years of The Next Generation.
Yeah, it's only that because I hate Captain Kirk. I like Captain Sisko. I don't like Janeway. And your man who was in Quantum Leap should have stayed in Quantum Leap because that's a great show by itself.
Did you not like the way William Shatner spoke like Spock? We need to go to a different planet. Did you not like his bouncy way?
I love how we got the vocals of that impression, but the screen froze, so we didn't get to see any of your animated Captain Kirk. Yeah.
You didn't see my animation of Captain Kirk.
Yeah, you just didn't go. Just say the sentence, Captain Kirk. Stop stuttering. I don't know if I need to poo or wee. You know what I mean? You're kind of going.
I love when they do monologues like this planet is so good. There is good in humanity. And then I loved Ben. You must have loved Scotty.
Because I'm Scottish.
I'm giving the role she's got, Captain.
This is the first time there has been racism on this show, and it's come from a guest. Unbelievable. Just because it's Scottish.
It's a slippery slope from here now. The racism starts. Once you open that Pandora's racist box.
Yes!
It's just,
Tony's Scottish! Yeah, Tony. Tony's a hero, by the way. When I had COVID, he offered to bring shopping to me, and he did. What a guy!
Tony, we're so happy to have you here. Good guy, yeah. Jesus, right. I wouldn't do that for anyone else.
I didn't see any of the fuckers offering.
Tony just sends me nudes for no reason, so that's horrible.
All right,
it's a bit of a commute, Jack. Bit of a commute from Dublin.
No, I was in Dublin at the time. I didn't reach out or ask, but I'm going to judge you all. Didn't communicate in any way.
Should have just known. We should have just known.
I was putting posts up, hinting like, I'm missing Christmas with my family. No, sorry. Anyway, back to Scotty. Ben.
Nobody was meant to know that Tony's been shifting the old nudie bum pictures for Keego.
Not just bum pictures, nudie bum pictures.
Yeah. Yeah, nudie bum pictures are kind of pictures.
I love how highbrow this show is every week.
Even when we're talking sci-fi, we managed to get it down to what's funny nakedity.
It's called party tits, so. Oh gosh.
Well, this would be the perfect place to get into some crack hat stuff. Do we agree?
Boom! Let's do it.
Let's do it. And here is, it's just a normal party hat. So, Tony said, ooh. Do they really count as nudie bum pictures when there's that much hair?
Sit down. Sit down.
I'd get a full view of that. That's.
I just love a crack hat. Oh no! Sorry, there's a delay on my second screen here. That looks.
Oh, you
fantastic.
had an aubergine down your trousers.
What? What? What are you talking about? That was for Tony.
All right, okay.
We should
same thing.
Oh, are we live? Is this
A UFO aubergine.
This aubergine has taken a battering over the last few days, comedy-wise.
Yeah, you bought. Is it the same prop that you bought for the gig last week, Keego?
Yeah. Well, I bought three. I bought three. I didn't make a fancy dish out of the other two, and one of them is just here wrinkling away. So that's kind of a metaphor for my own. I feel I've said too little.
God bless you. Right, going into the crack hat. The first one is this is quite funny actually. Has anyone been to a sci-fi or Star Trek convention? And I think Keego has, is what I hear on the grapevine.
Yeah. So this is a long time ago. There was the first one ever in Ireland was in the Grand Hotel in Malahide, right? Leonard Nimoy was supposed to be there.
What?
He wasn't, unfortunately. So I don't know if I don't know what it was, but we had. Do you remember whenever they would go out of a lift, a voice would say, "Well, second floor or bridge or whatever." That was Gene Roddenberry's wife, without getting too geeky on it, and she was there. But that was the height of it. You know what I mean? And there were people selling out. I bought a tricorder. I bought a life-size cutout of Dr. Crusher, which is sellotaped above my bed. But yeah, no, it was frightening to be around a group of people who are as geeky as you. You know what I mean? It's a secret that you usually keep from people. But when there's a room of people who are exactly the same as you, it is a bit frightening. So, but no, it was fantastic.
All of you standing in a queue with a cardboard cutout of Dr. Crusher under your arm.
Yeah, I was waiting for pulling the fire alarm to get everyone out of the building so we could have some alone time. But no, it didn't happen. But no, it was great, and there was a fancy dress disco. That's how long ago it was.
That's
a
cool.
disco. So there were people dressed as Klingons and all sorts of stuff. So it was great crack. But yeah, I didn't want to bring that up publicly. So thanks, Ben.
I like conventions. I really like conventions. And I would have loved to have met Majel Barrett. Majel Barrett, wife of Gene Roddenberry. She's the computer voice in most of the modern Star Trek. She was also number one in the very first pilot of Star Trek in 1964. Wow. I can see. This is an impression of Ailish.
No, I'm smiling.
Wow.
The eyes completely
Gene Raspberry? What?
Gene Raspberry. Neil O'Dwyer, never been to a specific convention, but went to a Comic-Con in London a few years ago where my profile pic was taken. Yes, please. So I'm guessing a Doctor Who fan, in which case stick around for this, Neil, because I went to a convention. Went to one convention where I got my picture taken with Peter Capaldi. Here's the picture. There's me.
Wow.
Looking like
Peter! Hang on. Where's my...
That's Doctor Who.
That's Doctor Who, Peter Capaldi.
Has Jack come dressed as Ben?
I've got...
Yes!
I have, yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah, I've got a bit of a stage hypnotist kind of face thing going on, and a tweed jacket, and that was Peter Capaldi, and that's my friend Mark that I do on the Time Lash with. If anyone likes Doctor Who and they want a podcast about it, that's there.
What was Peter Capaldi like? Was he a good guy?
He was Really nice, actually. It was the first ever convention that he did. And he was very witty, very charming. I got him to sign a photograph. We chatted. He was a nice guy. I really like Peter Capaldi. But you're like, when you get the pictures taken, you're with the guy for seconds. There's not a lot. These guys, however, got my pictures with these guys, 2 Daleks. That was absolutely fine. They stuck around for an age. It's been a great chat. Nice. It was great. And my favorite convention was that I was actually a stage interviewer for a Doctor Who panel at a Sci-Fi convention in Edinburgh, Capital Sci-Fi Con, where I got to interview the 7th Doctor, Sylvester McCoy, and his companion, Sophie Aldred, who plays Ace, and that guy in the middle, that's Des, who was the other stage host. I got on really well with Sophie Aldred. It was great. I don't think the actor who played the Doctor liked me particularly. This was his reaction when I was on stage.
He was thinking into the future. Social distancing. Social distance there now. Yeah. He's like, no.
I've been to the future.
Do you know what he's thinking? He's just like, he's probably thinking like, do I have to hug him too? Do I have to? I'm a handshaker.
I think he was an old guy that, I was saying he was an old guy who wasn't happy to do it, but then halfway through, I think he got a bit bored with my questions, so he brought out 2 spoons and started running into the audience and playing spoons off people in the audience. It was it was great. It was great.
Wow.
That actually happened. The night I lost my virginity, she did exactly the same thing. She took out a pair of spoons and ran out into the audience and started playing.
Just started playing on your thigh.
To the audience.
My little nudie art that I sent to Tony.
I thought it was Tony was sending you nudie pics, but there's a reciprocal naked.
I'm not an asshole. So that's bad turning phrase. I'm not a prick. Oh wait, no, this is getting worse. Sorry, Neil, to answer your question, yes.
Yes. Jack, have you been to any conventions, Jack?
I went to Comic-Con in London, actually.
Oh.
And I wasn't very impressed. I actually went as, again, the 11th Doctor with my sonic screwdriver. I just realized there was just loads of stalls where they just sold nerdy shit, and you had to pay to go and see any talks. So my friend and I just kind of walked around and just talked to people. I mean, we had a bit of a nerdy social, but yeah, I wasn't very impressed, to be honest. Have I just brought?
Well, you heard it here first. Capital Sci. What Comic-Con London? You better up your fucking game.
Stop charging. You paid to go in, and then it just stalls. But as you were saying, these people take this is their culture. They obsess with stuff. Like some of them bring around props, and they're like, "I had David Tennant sign this." They worship this stuff. It's like the Big Bang Theory. You walk into that, they all worship this stuff. And then, actually, funny enough, the next day, I was with my ex-girlfriend at the time, and we went to see Abbey Road, and we went to a pub, and then we bumped into Jon Snow, that actor, Kit Harington, and his girlfriend, I think wife now, she was the one who said, "You know nothing, Jon Snow." So we got talking to her, and I was like, "I saw a queue for you yesterday in Comic-Con in London," and she was like, "Yeah." And I was like, "How much was it to see?" And she was like, "Oh yeah, it was that £60. I was like, but I've seen you now for free. Yeah, so I saw that.
She was delighted.
There we go.
I mean,
I let her know.
You made that sound like you were striking a blow for the little guy.
Yeah.
But you also such a cunt in that as well. So wait a minute, you're charging £60, and now I've seen you for free. Okay. Well, fuck yeah!
Yeah, here I am. £60 me out.
That's fucking shy.
We keep blinking at you. 120 quid, loads of quid. Yeah, fucking. There you go.
Yeah.
Has anyone seen?
Fucking nothing.
Has anyone seen the movie The Space Odyssey? I think it's 2001, 2003.
Yeah.
Yes.
2001.
What a piece of shite! What a piece of shite!
Did you see it after you saw Star Wars 2? Did you?
Yeah.
Oh no! Let's let Alo go on this one. Let's let Alo go on this one. This solo voyage. Tell us about the film. That
it was shite.
To the 1985 Space Odyssey.
No. The 2001 one.
Oh, I haven't seen that one.
It's shite. Don't waste your time.
It's not believable, yeah.
At the end, I was like, I'm never going to get 2 more hours back, like, of my life. Basically, I was dating a guy, and he gave me this video, and I was like, well, I'm just never going to see him again, because he just fucking is giving me terrible movies to watch, and I'll never get that time back. But he probably was just like, you know what you'll hate. So, it's, you know, when you gift someone a present that you want, I think that's what happened to me. And what they do is, so, like, they also show a dude running around a spaceship, and he's like 0 gravity, he's running on the walls, and you're like, wow, how did they do that? He's just on a long wheel, and they show it, and I was like, what was the point of showing, like, getting rid of all the magic? And yeah, Daisy just wrecking the gaff and just being cunt 101, just like
it's very slow. That film is so slow.
It's such a slow film. I think at that point I was like, I don't think sci-fi is for me. Even though I loved Star Wars.
That one's not a great example.
No, I'll agree with you there.
Even I was like, oh God, please hurry up.
2002: A Space Odyssey is better. In fact, they get better the higher up the years they go.
Yeah.
Stop! I don't believe you. You're lying to me. There can't have been a sequel.
Yeah, there was. In fact, there's as many of them as there are Police Academy films. So
it's even slower.
Do you have to have seen 1985 to understand 2002, or can you just pick them out at random? You know.
Yeah,
there will be a 2020 though. There will be a 2020. You know, Space Odyssey. Yeah. Everyone just sitting in a room staring at the screen.
Do you know what I really, really hope? I really, really hope. You know the way, like, 50 years after the war, there was loads of like films on war. There's still like, was it 1918 or 1917 was released, and I just, for the hope of God, I don't want to talk about 2020. Okay, I'm fucking sick of hearing it. If there's any artists bursaries for fucking 2020, I'm not. I'm so, and there's so many people who agree with me. By the way, so many.
Hey,
so let's not.
You wait till next time in Edinburgh. Every comedian will. Well, not every comedian, but most comedians will be like, "Oh, my 2020 experience."
No, Jesus.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah.
I like how you keep freezing, Jack. There's a lag in your signal, so that was evocative. It was like you're being trapped inside some sort of time crystal, which is flying away really quick. Just briefly, we've got a comment from a friend of the show. Keego laughs. Are conventions just like strip clubs? Yes, they are. It's a lot of awkward men not making eye contact with women. They are exactly like
that. And you have to pay to get a photo with them. And you're like, I'm such a big fan of you. And she's like, yeah.
She really liked me. She really did like me. She doesn't like anyone else, but she definitely liked me. Yeah.
Likes me.
Oh, that one got me, guys. I wasn't ready for that one. That got me.
Let's do some more Crack Hat.
The
next one is, this expands it out a little, moving from fiction to reality. Do we believe, have we seen a UFO?
Yes.
Yes. I was so hoping somebody was going to say yes. Next to ghost stories, I love paranormal stories. Ailish, the floor is yours.
I just believe that we're not the only ones out there. Like, come on. Like, there's life on Mars and there's life on Earth. We are not the only ones out there. Like, I heard a story about, I think it was like, it was a great grandmother of mine who told like a family member who told me the story. So basically, in the 1930s, she was like standing on the side of a road, and then she fucking teleports to the other end of the road, and a crash happened at her original stance, and she was just like, "What?" Now, obviously, her explanation in 1930s Ireland was religion. But like that was like a paranormal activity where she like teleports to the other end of the street, and a car crash happens momentarily. She was just like, I was standing at that lamppost and I could have died. So she used little, like, she was just like, oh my God, the Lord has saved me. And I was like, bitch, that was aliens.
Aliens. Yeah.
That's not very nice to say to your granny. Bitch, that was aliens.
Yeah. But like, that's like, I think I've lost Ben, or Ben is just gone.
There's a lot to process with that story. I'm just trying to work out all the questions are. So one of your great grandparents. So this is a story that's existed in your kind of family society. Is that one of your great grandparents was standing on a road? Did they see the car coming towards them and then suddenly they were out of the way, or they were just standing? They were suddenly moved. And they're like, what the fuck is going on? Actually, I'll ask that question later because there's a car crash where I thought I was.
Yeah, exactly.
Were they drunk?
And it was just, like, think of 1920s Ireland. If you got money, you'd be putting it towards the house, and you wouldn't be. Well, I think it would be more male dominated to go to the pub rather than women going to the pub as well. So I think.
True.
Yeah,
this is like
I think
back in the day where men and women, they had different rooms for them because they couldn't trust them.
Women couldn't vote. All that crap. So she basically was standing there. Yeah, she was basically standing there and she was just like, how did I get here? Looks over. She was like, oh. And I think she fucking teleported. That's what I think.
Okay.
Wow.
That is a good story. That is a good story. Anyone else? Have we got? Do we believe? Have we any UFO stories?
It's not a UFO, but it was kind of like an alien, like supernatural experience.
Yes, please.
Yes. So I had to go to this place for work. I had to check out the shop because I work in a very fancy shop, and I went in, and the people there were talking so weird. So I was like, "Hi, where do I put my coat?" And they were like, "Over there, lad." And I was in this meeting, and they just kept shouting at me, and they were just so aggressive. And then I realized I was in Cork. Like, no, so if you're from Mayo, why are you working in Dublin? Like, and I was like, oh, because there's more work in Dublin. Yeah, but how are you want to buy a house? So expensive, buy.
Also true. Also true.
They were so angry, and I was in a fucking meeting. We're supposed to be professional. It was so scary. I was like, where do I put my bag? And they're like, over there, lad.
So yes, Cork are among us.
Awful.
Cork is among us, ladies and gentlemen.
Cork.
So, as somebody who is not from Ireland, what's everyone's beef with Cork? Is it just they're a bit weird? Is that what the deal is?
So they're the biggest county in Ireland, and they also have a bit of a grudge that they want to be the capital of Ireland.
Right.
And they're also known as Rebels County because a lot of Michael Collins was from Cork, and he was in the rebellion, and then a lot of the leaders and a lot of their mates were Cork. Or from Cork, so they're like, that's Cork in a nutshell. Ta-da-ta-da.
The accent.
I actually have a theory about Cork because I don't think Cork has ever changed. As in, it's still 1985, and there's the madness that is associated with 1985, and the rest of us have moved on. I do feel there's a little. I'm certainly jealous that they can get away with being so mad in 2021, whereas we and this is I'm running for political office in Cork, the mayor of Cork. Cork, it's the right kind of madness, but I think that's what it is. Like Bray, where I live, is like a madder version of Killiney and Dalkey. It's Killiney and Dalkey without mobile phones or iPads or any of that sort of shit. 2 TV channels, and Channel 4 late at night on a Friday is a great channel. That madness that certain counties have, and Cork is one of them. I love Cork.
Well, I think about Cork as well as it's very confined. While like in Mayo, there's madness, but we're all spread out. So it's only until we meet up.
I can't put my Tinder on in Cork because I'm a McCarthy, which like I have 85 first cousins and nearly 102 second cousins. Like I can't trust putting my Tinder on down
What's
in
wrong
Cork.
with that, Eilish?
Because I'll match with my family and I won't. My kid will walk with a wonky leg. That's why.
You're talking like someone who's never done that. You know, I used to put a Tinder on in Mayo just to find out who's singing. Oh, Aoife broke up with a boyfriend. Oh,
But I
Shannon's
can't.
gone.
One place that I can't fucking put Tinder on is Cork, man. Like they're all related to me.
Yeah, I can't put the grinder on either. It's awful. It's awful.
Yeah.
Christmas dinner is a difficult
Dad?
one, you know.
Can't do it. Can't do it.
Yeah, that's I call you Dad. I'm not calling you anything else. But anyway,
Daddy.
Ben, could we move on, please, Ben? Before, yeah.
We're throwing a sci-fi party, start talking about aliens, and then it descends into just county slagging. County slagging.
Yeah.
Cork is like another planet.
That seems to be like a feature of being Irish, is that when somebody tells you about some other place in Ireland, they act like it is the strangest place, the weirdest news. They just can't get their fucking head around
and it's
it.
lovely. And it's so
Cavan,
lovely.
Limerick, Leitrim, Cork,
Mayo.
Monaghan. Oh,
Yeah. We were in a couple of days ago. We were in. The two people were talking in the supermarket, so like properly socially distanced. But somebody was telling. There was two old ladies. Like one was talking about that. I think their daughter has moved to Limerick or something like that, and she was like, "Well, yeah, the kids moved to Limerick." And the other person was she might as well have been told that someone had moved to the fucking moon, because they she's moved to Limerick. Limerick? How it was like,
I believe they have another time zone in Limerick.
Yeah.
I'm gonna embarrass myself here, that when me and my girlfriend started going out, I did ask her when she would phone home, is there a time difference? Is it like an hour ahead or is it an hour back?
Then you're lucky to have your looks. That's
absolutely.
Oh my god!
Wow. And now you live in here, you know. So
now I live here, and it's all very nice. I don't find one county more unbelievable than another. It all just seems pretty
good. It's all the same to you.
Me.
You're like,
yeah.
It's all mad.
Yeah, I've never found myself going across the county border going, what the fuck just happened? Where are you?
Oh, just wait till you go to Limerick, Ben. Jesus, that's going to happen to you. Don't you worry.
The most remarkable county is it took me ages to work out how to pronounce Laois, because it's not spelled like Laois.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
It's Lois.
Yeah.
Where's Lewis?
Yeah, nothing better than American relatives trying to pronounce Irish place names. You know, it's like, they get
Sligo.
the easy ones. Yeah, Sligo. What's so common about Roscommon, Belfast, and then they get to Laois, and they always ask. Yeah, and they always ask about why is there Meath and Westmeath, and it's like, stop being so silly, American. Just give us your money.
Is that like
West in North Dakota and a South Dakota?
Yeah. I don't even know the guy. Yeah,
I heard an American pronouncing Maynooth once, and we must have been there for half an hour because he was like, Maynooth.
Maynooth?
Maynooth?
Yeah, I'm going to study in Maynooth. Oh fuck! What?
Now it's Maynooth.
Yeah, exactly.
Please tell me.
There's half an O in it. It's spelt with two O's, but it's actually half an O and a T and half a H. Just like Jack said it.
Yeah, it's just like, when the Americans go, oh my God, my granddaddy was from Yoke. You're like, what the fuck are you talking? Where is that place? That does not exist.
Well, hang on. Over in the UK, they have Leicester, which is not even spelled, and I made a fool of myself in front of a comic going, oh yeah, well, I might be getting into Leicestershire, like some Worcestershire sauce. It's like, yeah, I might be doing the Worcestershire festival. And it's like, oh yeah, Leicester's really good. Like, Leicester is a great festival.
There's so Leicester. There's also a place called Morster as well.
How
It's
do you know?
like a north and south thing.
Stop that.
Well,
I think I'm going through a tunnel here, guys. I might lose you.
Well, you know what they say, Maynooth, but probably won't.
It's like Sally's Gap. Yeah.
Well, listen, guys, we're actually approaching the hour. We're actually nearly at 9:00, and I don't think we had a sci-fi party. I think what we had is let's talk about the state of Ireland.
Yeah,
On location.
Cork is like in the place. No.
So can we start the show now, lads? I think
Do the show.
It hurts.
Well, we will wrap it up. Jack, as our special guest, you're the host of the various iterations of Rascal Comedy. What's coming up next for you? Tell the good people of the internet where we can see you. What's coming up for you? Plug it.
Yeah, what am I doing? I'm writing a lot of sketches at the moment, so hopefully you'll see those soon. Going to be playing different characters. I've got a costume box, so I might play an English character. I'll wear one of these. Oh, lovely.
Bridgerton calling.
Oh, lovely. I was thinking about a character who's a critic and I hate everything. Yeah. That's one thing. I've got a podcast as well called Jack Mac Chats. You can check that out on Spotify and Apple. You also do Rascal Comedy. That's where I get other comedians, just kind of like this. And we kind of have a bit of a chat and we just do some stand-up, which you're all invited to. Ben, I think the one time you were on Rascal Comedy was the most dead show. Like, people were just not in the mood.
Not going to lie, that may have been the oddest comedy experience I've had for quite a while.
I was pulling teeth. I was like, what is wrong with everybody?
I don't know what your booking policy is. I don't know what your booking policy is, but I was like, why has he got some cardboard cutouts to stare at the screen?
And I was like, do you like what to do over lockdown? They're like, drinking. What to drink? Nothing. And I'm like, okay. And then you came on and you were great, and I could see you were trying to save it. Oh man, yeah. Well, we'll get you back. We'll get you back.
I'll tell you what, right? I'm not going to name names about who was, but there was, you were trying your best, and that was admirable. And then Ben Morgan was on, and I think he properly went at it and did a bit, which was hilarious. It was like he was drinking out of a big. Yeah, I'm not gonna do it, but it was like he was drinking out of a pint glass of dog cum. Fine, go and follow Ben Morgan on Twitter and Facebook in order to understand what that really good bit of comedy was. And then I felt him pulling back because everybody else was a bit like, yeah, so so that I was at the end and I was like, okay, let's just burn it to the ground. Let's do it.
Well, the thing I love, the thing I love watching it, you're kind of going, right, these guys have seen people drink dog cum all day, every day. And it's just like, if I see one more person, and that was it, because Ben's an absolute savage, and you kind of go, right.
Well, the last episode we did, I had this girl she was great. She was from Bangkok, but she lives in London. Absolute, oh my God, wild card, really buffed the energy, had her own set. She was in costume. She brought the comedy, and then I found out she was in Big Brother. Her name is Kat.
Really? Who was it?
Yeah.
We're talking about good Big Brother, like Channel 4 Big Brother. Are we talking about shite Big Brother, Channel 5 Big Brother?
I think Channel 4. I never watched Big Brother, but lads afterwards were like, oh my God, I can't believe you got her on. And they were sending me videos of her in Big Brother. And I was like, what? I just thought she was a random. But yeah, you never know.
Aren't we all?
You never know. Yeah.
This is what we want. This is what we wanted the entire show. It's somebody talking about the shows that they run and who they fucking hate. That's what we wanted.
No, page 2 of people I hate, right.
Yeah. So we have to have you back, but we'll get a good lineup.
Jesus, Jack.
No, hold on, we're kicking off now. This show's going to go for 4 hours. It's just talking shit about people. Yeah.
I could do it with Ben Morgan again. I would absolutely do it with Ben Morgan again.
I think some comedians are suited more to just getting on stage, doing their thing, and then going. And other comedians are like this, we have a bit of a crack, a bit of a laugh, and do our bit, do our comedy.
Okay, so next time we have Jack on, he's got to finish the bottle of prosecco before we start, and then we start at this point, and he's got an A4 pad of people he hates.
Yeah,
and then
I think we have a
Oh,
Mean Girls
fucking
party
hate.
then. We'll have a Mean Girls party. That's what we're gonna
I
do.
fucking hate this person.
Yeah.
Keego, he comes on, he's
Look at him with his little doll that looks like a has a doll.
he's just doing a
Jack, fair
Crayshaw's
play.
impression.
Fair
Come
play.
in, I
because
believe.
If you've seen Keego's arms, he would kick the fucking shit out of anyone.
I've seen
And
Keego.
Jack goes,
I've one big arm in fairness.
And
Keego,
another
I
thing.
can take.
Yeah. No, I've seen Keego in the flesh. I've seen what he can
Wait,
do.
what? No, we can't leave it there. Sorry, we can't leave the show there. Because if someone says I've seen Keego in the flesh and then it goes black, then that's...
What was that laugh?
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
Yes,
Oh
we
my
will.
God.
We will wind it up with the idea of Keego's flesh fresh in our mind.
Yeah.
If you've enjoyed this show, if you've enjoyed it to the point of wanting to make a financial contribution to keep the show going, especially now that we have legal costs to incur fighting defamation cases brought by everyone who was on Rascal Comedy, that show. It's ko-fi.com PT pod. Our next show, it's next week. We said at the start of this series we were only going to do 3. We're enjoying it. We're going to do 6, and then we'll have a little break. So we're going to have a full series 2. Next one being Thursday, the 4th of February. I thought it would be funny to write it like that. I thought it would be funny to write it like that. In actual fact, it's very difficult to decipher. So
Thursday the 4th of February.
I've been hitting the head too many times. I can't figure out what that says. So I'll just show up next week and see what happens, I think.
You're not the only one, Keego.
Well, we don't know. We don't know. Although Ailish, you said a Mean Girls party.
I'd love that.
Oh, I will dress up as Lindsay Lohan.
Okay. I have never seen the film.
That was supposed to be in here. Sorry.
I want to be the one that touches your breasts to tell the weather.
I've never seen the film, so I don't know what that is.
3 men! 3 men!
Exactly, yeah. It's like Jack's going to be here next week as well. Yeah.
To see that?
3 men just...
You're going to see the weather?
How does that even work? I know what weather is. How do you tell the... Oh, okay. I'll be... Yeah. We all might be early for next week's show.
Wow. I mean, I've heard of a weathercock, but never weather.
Yeah. Wabamba! And we've gone full circle.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you as always for being part of this. And we will see you next week. Cheerio.
Thanks for having me, guys.
Thanks for being on. Bye, everybody.